of Meme just made another 2x today. The question is not necessarily how long this rally will further last. I think what's more important is what's the next Book of Meme? Because multiple X returns are not achieved with those billion-dollar market cap tokens. They are achieved when tokens are still small. Let's have a look at a few contenders. Now here's the rally of the BOME token today, up almost 100%. Since launch 3 days ago though, we went up by, what is that number? Roughly 12 quadrillion %. Now I talked about Book of Meme on this channel yesterday already. And it looks like a lot of you enjoyed the content. In gray is the typical video performance. In blue is that Book of Meme performance. 500 subscribers almost within a single day. This is not typical for this channel. The reason why I show you this is this graph over here. Can you see how massively the interest is declining already? Usually the interest in a token doesn't decline that quickly. Usually a video performs for a longer period of time. It doesn't drop that fast. And so this should already tell you something, right? This tells us that the attention might be moving away. The meme coin game is all about attention. It's not about fundamentals. It's all about attention. Who is buying, who is selling, whatever gets most attention is the meme coin that rises the most, of course. And so this is when we talked about this in the last video. We were below 1 cent. Now we are above 2 cents. So in case you've been late to that rally, maybe consider following channels like this. I publish videos regularly. Now let me show you an important chart. This chart shows the number of new traders versus recurring traders for every hour for Book of Meme. And this chart comes from a tool that I've developed myself. It's available to the premium members and you can plug in any Solana token in this tool and time the market nicely. And I will show you how to time the market here. When the number of first-time traders is exceeding the number of recurring traders, this means that the investor base is growing. It means that there's still a lot of attention on the token, that it's not just the people that already hold the token that are transferring. However, if the number of recurring traders is exceeding the number of first-time traders, we might be seeing a sell-off. And have a look at this. In the last roughly 14 hours or so, that was the case for Book of Meme. And so that's why we see this price decline in the last 14 hours. Now there's two things to this chart. The first is that there seems to be some seasonality within the day. In other words, in early hours Asia, when there's not a lot of trading activity, then we tend to see new first-time traders. In other words, you want to be selling at around 11 a.m., 12 p.m., maybe up to 3 or 4 p.m. That's when the switch happens. And you want to be buying around midnight UTC. The second thing is that this is just on-chain volume. And I've talked about this ad nauseum in the last Book of Meme video. The reason why Book of Meme could still 2x in the last 24 hours is because the centralized exchanges are now getting engaged. They're relatively late to jump on the bandwagon this time. And so a lot of the gains had been made initially on-chain. This is in general where you've got the most upside potential. It's by trading directly on Radium or on Orca, on the decentralized exchanges. Do not just rely on centralized exchanges. This is potentially when a lot of the upside is already gone. With the adoption by the centralized exchanges, we saw this 2x in the last 24 hours. So now Binance, etc. holds this on their books as well for market making, of course. So here's the proof of that theory. Compare this with the same table in the last video. Now a lot of the trading volume happens directly on Gate.io and on MEXC, and according to CoinMarketCap, also on Binance. Radium is still involved. It's not like there is no trading volume, but the centralized exchanges are definitely playing a much larger part now. And so again, this begs the question, what is the next Book of Meme? Let's have a look. Check out dexscreener.com. There is proof of great AI. It went up by 40% in the last 24 hours. And this is actually not the first time I talk about this token. I talked about this in the prior video yesterday as well. Now here's the chart. And of course, we saw an initial rally, then a retracement. Could this rally again? Let's plug the token into our tool, right? Again, available to the premium members. A surge of new buyers, then this retraced, but still every hour the new buyers exceeded the recurring traders. Another surge again. See how this happened very early in the day, UTC time zone? But it might make sense to be buying rather at midnight UTC. Then things retraced. Profit taking at around 11 and 12 o'clock. No surprise here. Now we are again close to midnight UTC. So again, we see two things here. First of all, there hasn't been too many recurring traders just yet. Secondly, we might be at the bottom here, at least very short term, right? At least for the next 12 hours. Have a look at this price. 301538. Check out when you are watching this video if the price will be higher or lower, and then make the decision whether or not this data is valuable to you. But I don't want to keep you hanging with a token that I've already talked about in the last video. I want to talk about a new one again. Where is currently the attention headed? It is at the book of missing out. So it tries to capture the attention of book of meme with a lot of success. It's the second most traded volume on chain in the last 24 hours. And think about this, right? These are all price developments that happen while at the same time Bitcoin crashes down insanely. So there is a decoupling happening. The altcoin trading decouples from Bitcoin. I talked about this time and time again on this channel. Bitcoin prices get driven by institutional investors, by the ETF demand. Altcoin prices get driven by retail, by the people that deposit fiat currency into centralized exchanges. A very, very different kind of investor, and so the prices will very much decouple. We are used to living in a market where Bitcoin and altcoins always move in the same directions. This is not the kind of market we are in anymore. And here's the book of missing out. A very nice dump. And the question is, where are we now? Look at the trading volume. Even though it was massive in the last 24 hours, right now it is incredibly low. Low trading volume means low attention. This is the time to buy, hoping for the next attention wave. Now, how many recurring traders versus new traders are there? Let's again check that out. Here is our magical chart. A lot of adoption for several hours. So if you monitor this closely, you can catch a wave on the hourly time frame. This then turned around 5 hours after launching. So that explains the pump and dump here. But again, there are very few hours in the day where the orange bar is larger than the purple bar. That would be bearish, right? We simply just see low attention now. And again, we are simply very close to midnight UTC. Don't get me wrong, I do not pretend to have a crystal ball here, right? I simply just base my decisions on data. And I like to use data because data very often shows us things that simply just the price charts don't. If we see new people coming into a meme coin, then of course this will increase the price. And if the price has already dumped and currently at this time of the day trading volumes tend to be low and we seem to have somewhat bottomed out, then a secondary rally would not be so unlikely, especially since this is a token that has just recently launched and that again doesn't yet have a lot of centralized exchange adoption yet. Once that comes, of course, the price could again potentially do another 2-3x. Who knows, depending on how much the centralized exchanges are actually going to buy. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish this regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. Feel free to check out Premium and feel free to check out the free Telegram. Link is down below.